Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Gemma and today is March's episode of Hot or Not. Where is the time going? Okay, Hot or Not, if you are new, is where I review brand new releases and tell you whether they're worth your time and money. And this month we have a big hitter. We have The Women by Kristin Hannah. So, Kristin Hannah is a pretty prolific author by this point in time. I am not new to Kristin Hannah. This is my 5th book by her. So I have a lot of love for Kristin Hannah, with The Nightingale and The Winter Garden being two of my absolute favourite books of all time. So I went into this with love for Kristin Hannah. Her newest release, The Women, is set partly in Vietnam and partly in the US during the Vietnam War, and we follow a young nurse, Frankie, who signs up as a nurse following her brother, who has also signed up in the army to go over to Vietnam. So that's sort of the setup for this book, and then we follow Frankie in her journey in Vietnam, what it's like to be a trauma nurse over there, the horrific things that she saw, the death, the injury, but also the camaraderie, the sense of patronage to her country, what that meant to her and the people around her. And so we see all that sort of in the first third of the book. The book then shifts to the States as Frankie returns from her tours of Vietnam and the attitude in America. So it's not news that that America campaigned against the Vietnam War for quite a majority of it. What I wasn't aware of was the way that returning troops were treated. We get a taste of what that was like. Also, there was this almost complete denial that there were any women in the Army, Navy, Air Force in Vietnam at all in any capacity. And so in this, Hannah is exploring the female experience of Vietnam and their return to the US. And the theme of trauma, post-traumatic stress, sort of surviving a war were up front and centre in this book. And I thought they were really well done. We really went on a journey with Frankie through many, many emotions, many feelings. And I thought that was excellently done. Highly commend Kristin Hannah for her work there. And I think that was really the point that she was trying to get across. On top of that, we obviously have big themes of friendship, the friendships that she made with the other nurses, the doctors, the soldiers, and I did like that, but I would have liked more. I think that the title, The Women, makes you think that there are going to be lots of women in this book, and really it is very Frankie centric, and I would have liked more perspectives. I would have liked the perspectives of some of the other women that we met through the story and to dig a bit deeper into that. One nurse in particular was a black nurse, and when she returned there was a lot of stuff going on around racial inequality, and it was touched on very briefly but we never really went into it, and I would have liked there to be more discussion around that. As with most Kristin Hannah books, there is a romance subplot in this. I saw it coming. I thought it was a pretty obvious twist. I'm not going to call it a twist, but I think maybe because I've read several Kristin Hannahs, I kind of knew what to expect. I didn't dislike it, I just thought it was a little predictable, and I possibly could have done without any romance elements in this book and really focused in on the women and not had that as a distraction. I think the exploration of politics at that time was really good as well. If we move to look at character, I've sort of already mentioned, but Frankie's character arc was really well done. I think she was very 3D. I think we really got to understand her thoughts and feelings throughout the book, which I appreciated. For me, the thing that was lacking was 3D character arcs around her. I felt like a lot of characters sort of flitted in and out, and even her parents, which were really complex characters, we never really saw enough of them or it wasn't explored enough to really add bulk to the story for me. So though I think Frankie's character was really well done, I would have liked more in the periphery characters. The plot itself I thought was really, really compelling. I really couldn't put this book down. I think Kristin Hannah has this way of writing where it's like Pringles, you just can't stop. You're just gorging on her writing. And that was absolutely present in this book. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I didn't want to put it down. I didn't want to listen to anything else. I listened to this on audio. The audio was well narrated. And it really does suck you in, and you really do want to know what happens next. And you have this connection with Frankie, which is really, really strong. I think, sort of flitting between two thoughts here, but when I talked about characters and the peripheral characters not being as strong, I think I look back at The Nightingale while we had Vienne and Isabel, and they both had strong identities, whereas so there was a breadth to the story that I don't think this book had. But I did love Frankie, and I did love the storytelling, and I did love Kristin Hannah's writing. Is Kristin Hannah a literary, beautiful writer? No, that's not what she's trying to achieve here. I think the writing is functional to a degree, but she writes in this style that is so accessible and so easily digestible that it really, really appeals to me. And I think that's why she appeals to so many readers out there as well. In the scale of Kristin Hannah books that I've read, I would rate this below The Nightingale and Winter Garden. This was a 4-star read, so on a level with The Great Alone. For me, personally, that's sort of where I would lay it. If you have liked Kristin Hannah's work in the past, then I think this will not be a disappointment. Saying that, I do know that my good friend Kristen at Enter the Book read this and had a different opinion. So if you are looking for two sides of the coin, then I will leave Kristen's video below for you to check out. But yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with this. I really enjoyed it, and I am looking forward to seeing what Kristin Hannah comes out with next. If you would like a chance to vote for my next pick for Hot or Not, my April pick, I will be putting up a poll at the same time that this video goes live. So please feel free to go and pick which book you'd like me to review in April. And if you missed last month's Hot or Not, I reviewed The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan, and I will leave that video here, and I will see you all very soon with another one. Bye guys.